What is happening, guys? It's Goody here and welcome back to Goody27Modz Month. In today's video we're going to be tackling the Call of the Dead Easter egg on co-op. There are actually two kinds of Easter eggs, or two versions of this Easter egg in this map. The solo one, stand-in, which is 35 gamer score, and co-op, 2 to 4 players, which is Ensemble Cast, 45 gamer score. So these both equal 80 gamer score, but if you do the co-op version you can get the solo achievement whilst you're doing this as well, which is really cool. So basically do what you normally do, get the power on, open up the map, and the first official step is to go to the Easter egg room. This can be located on the lighthouse side, just under it where PhD is. If you go down the stairs, there's this big Soviet door, and our 4 characters are behind it, and you get to hear kind of that they're trapped behind it and they can't see, and you need to turn on the light. So you need to go back upstairs around PhD, and you need to get the fuse. The fuse spawns always inside this room, but in different locations. I think there's like 3 locations in total, but once you found it, just go to the fuse box, hold X, you will turn on the lights, and that is step 1 done. Now step 2, it's a little bit more exploration. After you turn on the lights, Nikolai will turn on the defense system, and it's your job to go and deactivate this with any explosive devices. Now they look like domes, and one can be located in that room. If you just turn around, it's there, so that's the first one. The next one is at the front of the ship where double tap is. Again, just throw any grenades down there, try and aim for the top of it. The third one is in the middle of the shipwreck, and that's a really easy one to get. And the fourth and final one is over at Stamina Up, and this one's a bit more difficult to get, especially if the zombies haven't breached that window. I recommend a scavenger. That's really good. You can shoot it from the top of the lighthouse, but like I said, aim towards the top of the dome, because hitting the sides will not count. Once all 4 are blown up, however, just head back to the Easter egg door, knife the door, do whatever, make sure that they know the step is done, and then you'll go on to step 3. Now step 3 is a co-op exclusive step, and basically you are going to have to find some vodka for Nikolai, and the vodka will spawn on any elevated surface around this map. And basically once you've found it, one person needs to be where the vodka is, standing next to it, another person needs to be directly under it, and the person next to the vodka knifes it, the vodka will fall down, and then the person below it will catch it. And it's as simple as that. And once you've got the vodka, head back to the door. There will be some pipes on the left, hold X, and the vodka will go into their room, and then they will start getting really drunk. It's really good. It's really well written. I love this Easter egg because I know we don't play as the characters, but they still include them a lot. It's really orientated around them. It's really good. But anyway, once that's done, you're on to step 4. Now step 4 again is another exclusive co-op step, but now that everyone's drunk, Richtofen has a quest for us, and that is to retrieve the golden rod. We have to first set the lighthouse dials to read 2746 from top to bottom. Now this sounds simpler than it actually is, because when you alter each dial on each level of the lighthouse, it alters the other values of the other dials that you've just altered. It's really confusing. However, I've got a guide that works 100% of the time, so it's on your screen. But the first thing you need to do, you need to move yellow to number 2. The second thing you need to do is turn blue until orange is at 7. The third thing you need to do is turn purple until it's at 6. The fourth thing you need to do is turn orange until blue is at 4, and then the last thing you need to do is turn yellow until it's at 2. And then that should read 2746 from top to bottom. There's these clues around the map that we know that these are the values. There's these tiny little pieces of paper, but there we go. That should read 2746, and that is that step done. The 5th step, again, is in co-op, and you will need to activate the radios around the map in this order. There are like 8 radios in total around this map, but I think 4 are just Easter egg related radios, and you need to go and activate them in this order. So the first one is underneath power. It'll start making like Morse codey sounds. The second one is all the way over at Stamina Up. The third one is at the back of the ship where Mule Kick is, and the fourth one is actually inside the Easter egg room itself, and that should start like piecing together a Morse code. Now you can do this step with however many players that you want, but they need to be in that order, so you can do it as many people as you want. I just kind of went around the map and did them all myself just for the sake of this video. And then step 6 comes along, and you need to head to the power room and turn the ship's wheel twice to the right, so the brown thing's pointing like the bottom right, and then you need to pull the left lever once and the right lever 3 times, and that will raise a Soviet submarine. It's really interesting stuff. It's a really easy step. You'll need to do that one on solo. And then the 7th step, you'll need to activate the fog horns in this order. They're located around the lighthouse and the ice slide area, and you need to activate them in this order. If you mess it up in any way, you will need to wait for the round to change in order to try this again. It's like a once per round kind of thing, but again, like the radios, it's can be done by however many people that you want, but they've got to be done in this order. And once that's done, like a big foghorn should sound, and a green beam should start coming from the submarine going to the top of the lighthouse. It's really, really cool stuff. And then step 8 is kind of like the penultimate step. You need a VR11, which is the new wonder weapon in this map, and once you've got one, shoot any zombie to reverse the 115 effect and turn him into human again. He will run to the bottom of the lighthouse, and once he is rising, shoot him with everything you have until he goes into like the downed position. Explosives work really well, Matryoshka dolls, scavenger. But once he's down, just let him rise all the way to the top, and then in return for giving them like a downed human, you will get a golden rod. It will fall to the bottom of the lighthouse, and then hold X to collect it. And then step 9, the final step, is to bring the rod back to Richtofen, hold X to feed it through the pipe, and then the characters will say farewell. And then the exit is a bit short-lived, however, because you need to knife the fuse box yet again for a final time, just in order to jumpstart the teleporter. But there we go, guys. Your achievements just start popping after they teleport away. They will go to Shangri-La for the next map, and a weapon drop will spawn, which includes a Wunderwaffe DG2. It's so good to see this gun in this map. It's a really, really awesome reward that I absolutely love. Basically, you keep it until it runs out of ammo, which is really good, and you can't switch weapons with it though. It's quite annoying, but it's really, really good to see the Wunderwaffe in this game now from this Easter egg reward. And there we go, guys. That is a complete guide for Ensemble Cast and stand-in for Call of the Dead Easter egg 80 gamer score. If you like the guide, please rate, comment, subscribe. It has been Goody, and goodbye.